Yellow flag raised. Racing for the Chanel Pharma Irish Champion Hurdle, grade 1 over 2 mile. Another cheer as they make their way towards flight number 1. Heaven Help Us is going to cut out the early running with Zanahir not far behind. HoneySuckle sits 3, being followed in 4 by Echoes in Rain, and San Ra dropped in last to the 5 as they go to race on towards flight number 1 to bring them up to past the stands. And Heaven Help Us is over in front from Zanahir HoneySuckle. Zanahir was awkward there and momentarily looked like Jack Kennedy lost an iron. Didn't seem to lose too much momentum, but doesn't need to do it again. Being followed in 4th by Echoes in Rain. They're going to cheer her everywhere as they race up to past the post. HoneySuckle just in 3rd spot behind Heaven Help Us and Zanahir. Just in behind is Echoes in Rain, being chased by San Ra, who's last to the 5. They begin to make their way towards the elbow that brings them on towards flights 2 and 3 away from the stands, and it's Heaven Help Us, winner on this card last year, winner at the Cheltenham Festival, being followed in 2nd by Zanahir, 2nd in both the Morgiana and the Matheson on his last 2 starts, being chased back in 3rd by HoneySuckle, who bids for her 14th successive win here and her 3rd Irish Champion Hurdle. She sits 3rd, and 4th is Echoes in Rain, who is 3rd and 4th in the Morgiana and Matheson, and last of the 5 is the County Hurdle winning San Ra. Racing towards the next, Heaven Help Us, a little awkward there, so was Zanahir. Back in 3rd, HoneySuckle. In 4th is Echoes in Rain, and last of the 5 remains San Ra. Now they hit the turn, that'll bring them round towards the back straight. They'll have a line of 3 flights ahead of them, and it's Heaven Help Us, the 8-year-old, being chased by Zanahir, the 5-year-old. Right behind them in 3rd spot, another 8-year-old, it's HoneySuckle. Behind these is Echoes in Rain, and last of the 5 remains San Ra as they make their way down along the back straight now to the first of the 3 flights ahead of them here. 5 in all left to jump. And it's Heaven Help Us by 3-4 lengths to Zanahir in 2nd. Racing in a clear 3rd is HoneySuckle, just behind her 3-4 lengths further back to Echoes in Rain, and San Ra remains last of the quintet as now they begin to lock eyes on the first of the 3 flights down along the back straight. Heaven Help Us leading them along, good solid tempo too. Zanahir races in 2nd, back in 3rd is HoneySuckle, in 4th is Echoes in Rain, and San Ra remains last of the 5. They race now towards the middle flight along the back straight, and out front it is Heaven Help Us who continues to set the pace from Zanahir, who's racing in the slipstream of the leader. HoneySuckle jumps it quickly in 3rd, in 4th is Echoes in Rain, and back in 5 is San Ra as they make now towards the final flight down along the back straight. Heaven Help Us, Zanahir, HoneySuckle just a little wider out from Zanahir, being chased by Echoes in Rain, and they're being followed by San Ra, who's last of the 5. They're coming now towards the 3rd flight from the finish in the Chanel Pharma Irish Champion Hurdle. It is all going to plan, it is all served up. Jane Mankin, what can you spot at this point?
So far so good. HoneySuckle jumped a fraction to her left. Zanahir's been a little bit sloppy in his jumping, but Heaven Help Us is setting a strong pace. Every jockey, it's a fair game. You're good enough here, you'll win.
Heaven Help Us is going to lead them into the turn that brings them across towards the 2nd last. Zanahir's just moved out of the slipstream now, doesn't want to get caught in a pocket. Jack Kennedy moving up on his outside is HoneySuckle, length or 2 back to Echoes in Rain, and last of the 5 is San Ra as they make their way on towards the 2nd last, and it's getting interesting now. It's almost 3 in line. It's Heaven Help Us joined by Zanahir, who's joined by HoneySuckle as they come towards the 2nd last. She's hit the front. It's HoneySuckle with Zanahir now, who's asked for effort, but she's going as she always does, so very strongly as they turn towards home. It's HoneySuckle who begins to lengthen, and it's oh so instant as she's gone 3, 4 and 5 clear and more. Echoes in Rain's gone into 3rd behind Zanahir. Heaven Help Us is next, and then San Ra, who's trying to pick up from behind, but it's HoneySuckle clear from 2nd spot. Zanahir back in 3rd is Echoes in Rain, and they're clear from San Ra and Heaven Help Us, but racing towards the final flight. There's a long way from HoneySuckle to the rest. There always is as they come to the last. It's HoneySuckle at the last. She's over and a long way in front as the crowd begin to finally appreciate the great mare, and they're racing inside the closing stages. She's bypassing Beulah's record of 13. She's creating her own history as she races up toward the line. It's a HoneySuckle hat-trick in the Irish Champion Hurdle. She's done it again. Zanahir is 2nd, Echoes in Rain is 3rd, 4th to San Ra, and 5th to Heaven Help Us. In the years and decades to come, these are the days, these are the races, and these are the moments that we will remember and appreciate. It is a privilege to be here watching them and to be bringing them to you. Right there is equine perfection.
Equine perfection. It is a privilege to be here, and the crowd roaring our home. Absolutely fantastic. Ted Walsh.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be here. We've seen so many great horses, Hurricane Fly, Istabrack, loads of great horses, and we've seen another outstanding horse here as well. A great partnership, a great ambassador for the sport in both horse and jockey here. Rachel Blackmore, a little star, and a little star underneath her as well in HoneySuckle. What a race. Katie's with her there now. Have a word to Rachel. this is a very emotional moment for her, just getting ourselves together. Good girl, Rachel.
Rachel, absolute superstar mare, superstar girl, superstar day.
Oh man, it's just unbelievable. We're just so lucky all to be riding her, to be involved in her, me to be riding her, Henry training her, Kenny owning her. It's unbelievable.
She is unbelievable, Rachel. I mean, she travels with such ease. Her jumping's after getting so much slicker and better. I mean, for everyone here, the kick that everyone is getting out of her, everyone getting out of you, the crowd's even going down to the start, Rachel. You got cheered going to the start.
I've never got a reception like that canting to the start. Like, it's incredible. I had chills through my veins counting down to the start, listening to everyone. It's unbelievable, and it's fantastic to be involved in it all. Yeah, she's just an unbelievable mare. Kenny Alexander texted me last night and said she owes us nothing and just go out and enjoy it, and it's lovely to be riding for those kind of people as well.
You're emotional.
Oh, sure. Yeah, a bit.
It's brilliant, and I'm emotional. If you start crying, I'll start crying, so don't do it. But it's absolutely brilliant, Rachel, to be here, to do it again, to be associated with her, and to have the crowds, Rachel. You've missed it. We've all missed it. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, look, the crowds are what make it, and as I said, like, that cheer going out of the start, like, where would you get it? It's incredible.
Well, listen, go back in there, enjoy it, and give the crowd what they want. One more thing, we'll lighten it up. What about Nina on Dancing with the Stars?
Holy moly! She's like that person in school who says, oh no, I never studied for my exam, and then they come out and get an A. She's incredible.
Yeah, we'll all be looking forward to watching her again tonight, and we'll all be voting, I'm sure.
Yeah, fair play, go Nina.
Enjoy, Rachel.
Thanks, Kenny.
Here we go. Coming to the last as well, and once she pops this, Jane, the crowd just went absolutely bananas. It was just amazing.
It was a case of hold your breath, wait. We're safe, and then the place erupted. Rachel off the home bench, she kicked for home and she left them for dead. Zana here ran well. Here Chris was to Sharjah and the Matheson, and this mare's in a league of her own. She's rewriting the record books. She's levelled now with Frankel, who was 14 from 14 in his career.
Wow.
And in terms of national hunt sphere, I know the records go way back further than we can imagine, but she's in a league of her own. This is her 10th Grade 1, her 3rd Irish champion hurdle, and all roads lead to March. But I cannot wait to see the reception she's going to get when she walks back into the winners' enclosure.
We got to hear this. We got to hear
And
this.
full marks to Henry as well. I mean, Henry's horses haven't been exactly bombing, and to go out there with a 3-to-1 on shot, to have her tip-top shape when everything maybe isn't running up to scratch. It's one thing you've have a run like Willie's having or Gordon is having, but by Henry's standards he's having a quiet run, and this mare never lets him down. We saw it at Punchestown last year as well, and again today. The